This is the Finance Committee meeting. What day is it? February 17th, 2025, starting at 6:30 PM. Can I have a roll call? Alderman Kreinbrink.
Present.
Alderwoman Erickson.
Here.
City Administrator Penman, are you officially here? Wonderful. All right. We're going to start with new business. And we have quite a bit, really. So let's just move on along with the agenda and start with our budget planning before we get into bills. We're looking at our preliminary budget as presented by our city staff.
No, that's for tomorrow night's
That's
meeting.
Oh, this
tomorrow.
is for tomorrow, okay. Wonderful. We'll do that tomorrow then. Sorry. All right, we'll start with the bills then.
Start with the
Forget-
bills.
Forget the budget. We'll do the budget later. All right. Our review. Questions, comments, and issues. I have quite a few. Do you want me to start? or
Yeah,
do
why don't
guys-
you start and I'll take notes. How's that sound?
Sounds great. My first problem, and actually, Jeff, you might be able to answer this for me. This is Rush Truck Center Interstate Billing Service. We got a bill on 130 for $365. And it says fuel sending unit truck 1. So this just happened. I mean, what scenario would we send a truck to fuel? We don't, I mean, can you speak to this at all? I know you've been gone.
What a fuel sending unit is?
Yes,
That's a part within the truck itself that went bad.
so a fuel sending unit.
Yep,
Ah,
yep.
got
So
it.
it's like a pump.
So that we got that from Rush Trucking
Yep.
Center. All right, that's easy peasy.
And it's international, so that's why they went to Rush.
Perfect. Thank you. Easy peasy. So that-
Sorry for answering that,
No,
Jeff.
that's fine. It took me a second to get caught up,
Jeff,
so.
Jeff's been gone for
I'm
a
like,
week, so. I can't tell who they
It's about
billed
a
this to, if it was Rush or to Interstate Billing. I'll have to look that up. Second issue I have is with Midwestern Conning, and I have no doubt they did the work as it's been repaved, but I don't have any units. I have no details on what they did as far as how much concrete they used or anything. But this is an old invoice. It's from 11/30/24, so I'm wondering where the original invoice is and if they can give me any more details, exactly how many units they used, so I can justify this. So I propose that we pull Midwestern Concrete and Construction for further review and remove it from the bills.
Yeah, that was for the main break that was right in front of JC Fitness and
Right.
all of that there. So I believe that was an emergency that they came out for.
I don't
Yeah,
think we're
we can take a
denying that
look.
that it needed to be done.
Is an arts invoice for $1,825 for Christmas gift cards for full-time and part-time employees. I saw there was a second invoice for gift cards for volunteers. I am happy to pass that. I'm very thankful to the people who do a lot of work voluntarily to this city and don't get much recognition or much thank you for it. So I'm fine with the gift cards for volunteers. But I thought we had discussed this. We've talked about it every year. We've talked with our mayor on multiple occasions about monetary gifts, and gift cards include monetary gifts.
We did not vote on that, though. That was not a vote.
What do you mean?
That we didn't vote that we weren't going to give gift cards.
We didn't vote that we were going to give
So
gift
there,
cards.
there we go. It was not a
So
yes
there
or
was
no.
no vote.
So there was no vote, but there was an email that came out from our mayor that stated that he made the decision that we weren't going to do it. On
Do you know
December-
why?
Well, I can read why, but I'm not going to right now, but I could read why. But it's from December 2nd. And he made the decision without us. So Rich got with everybody on the council and asked, or at least got 6 votes, and that's what he needed to see if we wanted to give those, and we said absolutely. And then that's where it comes in with that K's Desserts that I want it pulled off the, tonight.
Okay.
Even though it was on the credit card, we need to figure out how to get that money back on that credit card. Because that wasn't, for K's, or, okay, it was Sweet and Savior, whatever.
Yeah.
Here was the flyer. The flyer says, at the bottom, funds and prizes donated by Todd Latham and Brian Vogel. But they weren't. They charged us $449 for the meal. So that's, if you're gonna put it on here and you're gonna say you're gonna pay for it, you're gonna pay for it. It's not gonna come out of our stuff. So on December 30th, after, 31st I think it was, after those gift cards were already passed out, before this little party, which we all know that Todd and Jeff already knew that the gift cards were out, they still used the credit card to pay for that.
Oh,
And
for
when I
the-
say
for
paid
the
for that,
cookies?
paid for the,
For the desserts?
it wasn't desserts, it was actually sweet and savory for the meal.
Okay.
So they already knew that that money had come out because those cards had already been distributed. So, we need to figure this out, and we need to, if you're gonna put down here that you're gonna pay for something for the city out of your pocket and somebody else's, a city worker's pocket, then they're gonna pay for it.
Can you read that again?
Sure. It says down here, funds and prizes donated by Todd Latham and Brian Vogel. Right there.
I know that they did a drawing and a raffle, or, door prize type thing, and I know all those things were provided by
Well,
them.
that was the other thing is, we didn't even know about it until the 19th. We got an email from Michelle. Everybody else, it was posted in there on the 13th. We had one day to tell Michelle if we could come to it. Well, I can't give you a one-day notice. I got kids. So, and it's during the day. So, yeah. So I would like that one pulled. That's why I asked you to pull that. I don't want that to be, we got to figure out how we're going to get that put back on the credit card.
So, I'm a little perplexed because the mayor is the one that runs the city. The city administrator is the one that we hired to operate the city.
Sure.
The council member who called the council members or texted the council members to query, he cannot make a financial decision based upon those informal conversations.
But the mayor can't tell us that we're not going to do something.
The mayor
without-
can.
Not like this.
Yes,
This is
he can.
using,
Our
funds that-
the money was budgeted in the budget for the employees.
correct.
It was not specific as the way that it was going to be
And-
dispersed.
I'm not even upset about that, but if you're going to say you're going to pay for it, the funds are going to come out of your
I
pocket?
think that could be a typo. I thought they said that fun and raffles.
Funds.
Well,
No,
we can ask the mayor what that is, but my understanding was is that they went and they got some
Well,
freebie stuff
also-
to raffle off, right?
one of our
Stuff they had.
own was there,
Uh-huh.
Adam, and he was supposed to be here already, but
I also attended, so,
he said that Brian actually got up and said that everything was done by the mayor and him, and Brian.
Brian donated all of the gifts
Okay.
for
He
the,
said everything was done by them, and when I asked,
and a
I
lot,
said,
and the girls in the office made a lot of the treats.
desserts. Yeah.
That's where I was a little hung up. I didn't, no, because the name of the
Hey
place.
Desserts is-
Yeah, I didn't know they'd
That's
serve.
the mom's side. She does the desserts, and the daughter owns the business.
Okay,
So that's where they get the sweet and savory.
okay.
So, but it came up under K's, whatever, but it's still the same business. But, yeah, this flyer, and I
So
guess,
you're hung up on the $400 for, or whatever it is, for the dinner that the
The food.
employees all got, and not the $1,800 for gift cards.
no, because we never
For the
voted not to-
employees
not
whose
to give it.
contract we just updated, spent thousands of dollars to give them back pay.
So
The
we shouldn't give-
majority of employees
we
that
shouldn't
got
give
this are the
employees something
police
be-
department.
So we shouldn't give our employees a gift because we upped their.
And nobody got them for the volunteers.
Did you get one?
Yes, he got one from Jeff, because
No.
Jeff went and purchased them
Did you get one from,
after Mr. Robinson did this.
did you get one from
I was
Rich?
instructed to get the ones for the EMA folks.
Yeah, for our volunteers.
From Rich?
No,
We'll ask Rich about it because he said he got them for everybody.
Everybody that is an employee.
I was instructed to get the ones
No.
for the volunteers.
Okay, maybe that's what that was then.
we were gonna do
There's
that.
There's two bills from
there's
Arts.
31 full-time, 11 part-time, and then there were EMA gift cards purchased.
Is that where the
$300.
$147 came in?
No, it's a
$300.
$300. It's a second bill from Arts, which I'm
There were
signing off on.
six at $50, is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Okay. So, this has been talked about for multiple years. This has been something that has actually been investigated by our attorney as not utilizing city funds correctly. I just don't know why we have a council member who thinks that he is above the law and can just go do whatever he wants to do. It goes against our policy, our purchasing policy. He is not an employee of the city. He's a representative of the city, and I know that he has great intention on what he's doing. However, the mayor put it out what was gonna happen, and then he went behind the mayor's back to try to circumvent those rules. And I find that very disheartening.
No, because this email states, this is a reminder, we are no longer giving gift cards.
We did talk about that. We talked about,
Talked, we did not take a vote on it, we did not say,
that is not what we vote on here.
Well,
We
we can't
vote on
just
the
say, oh-
budget, and then we let the mayor and the city administrator make those rules of what we're gonna do.
no, that's not.
If you
no.
wanna start getting into the nitty-gritty on the budget with every line item and how we're gonna spend the dollars and cents, have fun.
Well, that's probably what's gonna happen tomorrow, so
Tomorrow is not the day that we do that, but it will eventually get to that,
I
but
won't spend hours with it because there's a lot of line items that, yeah. I don't know, Fred. This is gonna get into a heated discussion, but I mean,
That's okay, we're here to do
that's,
that.
that's what we're here for.
I can't,
I mean, we all want to talk about saving money for the constituents, and here we go. I can't justify this.
and I can't justify this, so where do we go?
So you'd rather take an alderman's money and let him spend money, but not the mayor's
I didn't
or
take
anybody
his
else's
money.
rules?
It was 6 of us that said yes to it. It wasn't just me.
And that is an illegal vote.
It wasn't,
That is an illegal vote.
didn't even vote on it. He just called us up.
You,
said, "Hey."
you, Karsta, you said in here that you got 6 votes, that he got 6 votes.
Meaning 6 people were just for it.
And that,
Like,
but
say
you
I'm
can't
throwing
do
a vo-
that,
a
but you
vote out.
can't do that. That's an illegal meeting. That's an illegal conversation.
Why would that be illegal?
Because you're making a decision about spending city funds, and you're not in a city council meeting.
But it's okay for the mayor to send out stuff like this. But it's a reminder that, no, we did not.
Because it is his job and Jeff's job to run the city. It is not Rich Robinson's job to run it. Rich could have easily contacted the mayor and contacted Jeff, given his thought process behind it, and even called a special meeting to have that voted on.
I can almost, probably, and I'm not going to speak for him because he's not here, but if he comes, which I don't think he'll be here tonight, but I almost see that Rich probably did reach out to the mayor. And the mayor said, no, we're not doing that.
Which is his prerogative, he can do
Right,
that.
he can say that, but
But he shouldn't be going against the mayor and the city administrator's back and just purposely being deceitful, and that's what that is.
I don't,
That was him being told by mom, you can't have any cookies, and going and asking dad saying you're not having cookies, and then going and getting cookies from the neighbor lady because she's nice. Am I wrong?
yeah,
I mean,
this is
if we were in a meeting
this
and
is
we
the
were
one we're going
voting
to have
on
to
it,
agree to disagree.
if we were in a meeting and we voted on it, like if we said in November, what are we doing with holiday gift cards? Then you make a decision and you vote on it. Then you have a decision and you vote on it. And at that point, you do it ahead of the game, and then you iron it all out.
Okay, well, you just said we don't vote on those things, so,
You could do it if you wanted to, but we should not be we're spending too much time on this
yeah, we are, that's why I
when we
said,
have
like,
other
you know,
stuff that we should be doing, trying to fix something that was wrongfully done.
Thank you.
On both sides then, is what I'm going to say, because I'm not going to say it's just on Rich. I think that the mayor and Todd should never send out a flyer that says,
I'm going
I
to
didn't even
interject
I
here
didn't see
too,
that flyer.
that the mayor has expressed years prior, because we've done this every year, we've had this fight every year. And his thought was, let's get a ham, let's get a turkey. If we buy them something, we won't get audited, it won't be a ding on their monetary, what we're giving them. It's not a monetary gift. We don't have to deal with that in the audit.
Sounds good.
And so everybody voted that down. We don't want to give them a ham. I mean,
Right.
you know. So to buy whatever food, again, is not a monetary gift, but it was a gift to anyone who's employed here and anybody who could go to
I'm
that
not saying he
party.
couldn't have bought it, but don't use our
I
credit card to
didn't
buy it.
assume that it would be completely, they were going to go home and make roast beef for anyone. I
I
mean,
didn't say that. I said, don't use our company or the city credit card to pay for something that you just said you were paying for the funds. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
I don't care what they ordered or what they bought, but if you're gonna say you're gonna pay for something, then you're gonna pay for it. He should have been in there saying, this is from the city, we appreciate everything you've done. Not, oh, here I am, I'm paying for all this, and no, you're not, you're taking our credit card and putting it towards that.
Okay.
Not, that I mean, I'm glad they gave them a party, but
So do you want us to pull that invoice for case? And Fred, how do you feel about that?
we already heard.
I
what
mean,
he-
if one member on the committee wants to pull it, we can pull it. I want to pull the one for arts then.
Yes.
As much as I hate, now this is the third vendor now in the town that we're disrupting, that the city's disrupting because of poor information, poor communication. And two of these definitely are not city staff's issues,
I
in my
agree.
opinion. So we're
Carissa, do you
pulling-
have that invoice? Did you take that?
Okay, so that's 2125 we're pulling for arts. What's that?
No, so it will be $449 deducted from an, my last problem that I found,
Which page is Kay's Desserts on?
it's actually on FMBO, so it is,
Oh, sorry, that's the one I tagged earlier. Okay, Kay's Desserts, 449, is that the
Correct.
total? And then we are also pulling the Midwest Concrete for 17,984,
correct?
and the Arts Supermarket for $2,125.
Negative, no. Arts is 1,825, there's a second invoice for arts.
So you're okay with partialing that? So
It's
there's no-
it's its own separate invoice that they gave us because it's a volunteers gift cards.
Okay, so 1825.
Correct. I also have one more comment. There was a mistake I found, and we have to short it 60 cents. It's the total vendor, it says vendor total 791.07. So that has to be shorted 60 cents. It's on page, 4. So 790.47. Okay.
Just the ComEd bill, sorry, I was still taking the notes on the other thing. So ComEd needs to be reduced by 70 cents,
60.
60? There was an issue with their math?
No, it just got convoluted, I guess, by them,
Okay.
because they send us a bill, but it's already, hasn't been credited yet from the previous payment, and so I just found the mistake. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have any more bills to pull or discuss. I'm done.
C. Johnson truck trenching again. It says here, new water service in Edgebrook for $38.40.
Yes. Yeah, because it was this time of year, unfortunately, a building permit was issued for a lot where there was not water, and it was our responsibility to put that in there, so.
Okay. Okay. And that was part of like the annexation agreement that we put the services in?
Well, that particular service, yes, my understanding is that yes, that was ours to do.
Moreover, they paid, the homeowner paid for a lot of it.
Yes,
Okay.
on
We
the,
are
on the
really-
permit
Well,
itself.
that was my other question, is
Yeah.
that the last bill that we had was 10,000, now this is 3,800, so. But I mean, it is $7,100 for that versus 10,000, so that's,
It's a big chunk, yeah.
on which one? Oh, yeah, the training for the.
Carissa, could you turn your mic on, honey? I can't hear you. Thank you.
The training for the
Street
street
Department,
department?
I got it right here, though. And it says it was for the Illinois Scholar Program. I was talking to Jeff about this, and I guess we had this problem before, too. We sent 5 of our guys for this training at the same time. Like, why?
Right, we did send them last year. It was in the budget, or, well, it is in the budget.
It is in the budget.
But sending 5 people at one time, that means 5 people weren't working.
That's something that that's what I did want to talk to Nick about. And
But is this for this year? That's what we need to
this would
see
be
to-
for June, is my understanding.
So if it's for June, is there a deadline to pay it? Is that what it is? So we have to prepay?
I expecting that that's the case.
And it's a credit card, right? So it's already gone through, so. And I noticed that whoever entered everything put all the registrants as Todd Latham.
I don't know why.
So Todd's going to 5 different classes. They should really put the right names in those because they're now gonna be registered. Yeah, and it's the same name for everything. Right. So I don't know.
Todd, did you
why that
happen to
is.
approve that while I was gone?
What was it?
The street department to go to the road scholar training?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
They went to one last year, I believe.
They
right?
did go to one last year.
Yeah, I'm not
yes.
aware of anything new.
Is that Nick's handwriting then, the
Yes.
scribble? Okay, so once again, we're not following our purchasing policy.
Yep.
So we need to make sure that if they're gonna spend that kind of money, they get approval before they go do it.
Absolutely.
And that has a possibility, let's pull that, like, it's still gonna be paid. It's a credit card, but there's a possibility that it's not funded. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do a reallocation or
Yep. I'm gonna have a
cut back
discussion
somewhere
tomorrow.
else.
So what is your proposal for that? Because,
It's gonna have to be paid, but we need additional information, then we have to see exactly where the dollars and cents are
again,
for that line item.
path to a yes vote.
Yep,
And if Carson's
And
gonna
it's-
vote no because of that bill, then I wanna do something else.
but it's a credit card payment, so there's nothing you can
Correct.
do. You can't shortchange the credit card statement or you're gonna get a late fee.
Correct?
So it has to be paid, but we have to have the stop gaps put into place or followed, so we don't have this happen again.
So I will commit to emailing Nick. We're gonna look into reallocating funds for this training that wasn't pre-approved.
And can you find out who it's for, so the next time we do this, we make sure that
Absolutely, all
the same
5
5
names.
people are going or whatever?
Yes, ma'am. Happy to do that.
Okay,
Anything else? Okay, good. Let's move on then. New business, we need to approve our minutes
Well, did you want to go to the
Sorry,
the
we
budget
didn't
schedule?
do the budget schedule. I tried to do that first and nobody would let me, so. Unfinished business, budget schedule.
Yeah, so we're meeting
Tomorrow?
tomorrow at 4:30 here
4:30.
in this room.
Correct.
So I did forward out your preliminary budget that you gave me, Jeff, to Karsta and then also to Rebecca. So they had those numbers to look at
Okay,
last
we'll
week.
have a better copy tomorrow.
That's what I was gonna ask if you
Yes,
had
we'll
had
bring
something
you a
better.
hard
Okay,
copy.
so 4:30 tomorrow. Basic thing is just to kind of look at it, ideally preliminary numbers
Philosophically,
against
yes.
where we were
Well, we're
last year,
taking a
percentage
different
of change.
approach. We're taking a different approach this year too, in that
Nice.
we're projecting where we're at for the year and
Mm-hmm.
where we're anticipating finishing the year.
Yep.
You know, what's getting done, what's not getting done, being able to take a better look at that so that we've kind of got projected numbers that'll take us through the end of the year. So we have some
Okay.
idea what is carrying forward. You'll be able to see what we budgeted for the year, where we're at year to date, and what we're projecting for the end of the year. So,
Okay.
and then what we're projecting for next year, or what we're requesting for next year. So it should be,
So you'll be the moderator for it in the
Sure,
beginning? Or,
you
I
bet.
mean,
I can be, absolutely.
I'm just trying to find out who's gonna be the lead.
We should
and
probably
since-
talk tomorrow, but yes.
Okay.
And since, Rebecca, you'll be here tomorrow for that, she can do the minutes. Okay, will you do the minutes?
Are you not gonna be here?
No, I'm gonna be here. But he had asked me to do the minutes, and I'd rather not. I have a lot of questions, so I would rather listen and see what's going on, and not be writing.
It'd be perfect for you to do the minutes while you're listening.
I'll do minutes for something else, but I'd like to.
Okay, no problem. I'll do it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Moving on, new business. Can I get approval for the minutes from February 3rd, 2025?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, it's passed. Audience comments. Please, come up to the microphone and turn it on, please. We can have you on record.
I heard something that was very disturbing to me, a violation of the Open Meetings Act. Again, I'm not privy to all the information that you folks are. However, I will be filing a request for the Attorney General to review this. Not good, not good, especially if what was said here tonight is true, that it was premeditated and precipitated by a sitting alderman. Very disturbing. Just know I am filing that request for review tonight.
Any other comments? Sandra, please.
My problem again is not about the finance, because I haven't dug into everything as I should, because I've been very busy. The way that the finance committee people treat each other, the condescending tone, the I know better than you, and putting someone on the spot, well, if you're gonna do this, then I'm gonna do that, and you're in the public eye. You guys can talk to each other without bashing each other and being so underhanded. It's just ridiculous. If you don't like what the other person is doing, that's fine, but there's a time and a place. You do have other meetings where you guys get together. The budget committee, you're gonna have someone there to mediate, or whatever it was that Fred just said, to watch it or whatever.
Moderate.
Moderate it?
Just to drive.
Yeah.
Why do you need a moderator for a
Well,
budget committee?
that's the person
We
who's
don't,
gonna.
this is public comment.
No, I'll answer. A moderator is somebody who's going to organize it and say, okay, we're gonna move into this next step, next area.
Okay,
where
I
they got
guess the reason I was asking is because you guys said you have line items already done, and that's what you're gonna discuss as to how you're gonna go forward. Follow the line items. He's got other things to do. He says he doesn't have enough time as it is. And then for other people to say that they're gonna contact the Attorney General and file FOIAs against something that might have happened or may have happened, instead of asking if it happened to that individual person. They were the ones complaining about us FOIAing. Only they're going a step further. They're not just FOIAing, they're going to the Attorney General, which costs 5 times more money. I have been trying really hard to work with Jeff and everybody else to get what I need without FOIAing. Maybe they ought to do their own thing that way.
Thank you, Sandra. Any other further comments for Ms. Becky Nelson?
So to the Finance Committee, thanks for the dialogue to better extrapolate the details of the holiday party spending. What I interpreted was, I don't think anyone in this room is trying to disenfranchise the employees and not do a holiday party. I don't think anyone in this room wants to disenfranchise the employees or the city staff. What they're asking for is clarification of a flyer. There was a flyer that the city put out. It says at the bottom, funds and donations paid for by 2 individuals. I think it's very simple. If it was a typo, then that needs to be reiterated to the council to clarify that. If it was a fact, then I find it a little bit disturbing that a mayoral candidate for the 2025 election is putting his name on a flyer and saying, I paid for this, but yet there's invoices to the city. So I think that's what we dive into. It's not really about a tit for a tat in terms of like paying for the food or the donations for the city employees. It's a matter of if there was a flyer that was sent out to the staff and to the elected officials, and fundamentally it is saying at the bottom, I'm paying for this, come to my party, and then there's an invoice for the city should be questioning, the finance committee should not be worried about why or why not that got paid. They should be worried about the fact that somebody's taking credit for something that the taxpayers paid for. That's where I think the concern is.
Thank you.
So if anybody wants to clarify that, maybe show the audience a flyer, copy the flyer, put it up on the screen or whatever. Let's get some clarification and figure out who paid for this, okay? Thank you.
Any other further comments before I close this meeting? Okay. No, good. Okay. Can I get a motion to send these bills to council for approval in the total of $223,850.60?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Very well. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. We are